I'm so sorry. Hello? Stream is back? Hello? Stream is back? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Oh my god. Loud noises. I'm so sorry. Too many microphones on my table right now. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. I'm sorry about that. I was getting some chapstick. Okay, let's do it. Dr. Montauk. I shouldn't tell you, but screw it. I'm tired of this. I've been working on SCP-001 for 2 decades, project lead for almost 9 years, and after I came up with the procedure, I don't know. I'm tired. Everything I turn, I see the Scarlet King, but nothing about him makes sense. Some bighorn devil, arcane blood god. It's all so small, so obvious. Foundation has changed since the last decade, you see. You face conceptual demons, malevolent genre dwellers, sevenfold destroyers, all of which are far worse than some some old sacrifice deity. But there, behind everything, I see the smile in the fire. That dread, that old dread that it lingers. And this is despite seeing horrors far less easy and far more subtle trying to break the world on a daily basis. I just want to understand, I suppose, peel back the layers, the tales upon contradictory tales, and find out who he really is. You're being awfully candid. To be honest, I've stopped caring. This job gets you to. This job gets to you. Things you have to do, the regrets, well, I'm too high up for anybody to touch me now. And I've run into too many dead ends to get hung up over protocol by this point. Just tell me something, Depeche. Anything. Okay, look. I like you, Montauk. You must be a cold-blooded bastard somewhere in there, or you wouldn't have come up with... Who am I to judge, hey? I'll tell you where to start. I'm all ears. There are 3 things to understand about the Scarlet King. 3 laws of which, when put together, make up a complete picture. One is the law of blood, one is the law of concrete, and one is the law of howling. 3 laws that the king set down for his followers, or that were imposed upon him? Both. First was his law, second was somebody else's. And as for the third, well, you'll find out about the third when you've cracked the first 2. Very cryptic. That's all I can tell you for now. You need to learn in the proper way. That's all? Alright, Depeche. Good talking to you, as ever. And that was it. Okay. Yatta! Yatta, we read the first interview. Oh, document 2? And this is still for all the blood? Oh my gosh. Okay. Document 2. The following extract from the memoirs of one Jack Hurst, a defector from the Children of the Scarlet King. Hurst was a high-level reality bender, capable of entering the bodies of humans in the past and experiencing their thoughts and emotions firsthand. The following description of a Hurst called the Battle of Gemaleth. Purportedly a battle between SCP-001 and his followers against a group called the Children of the Urns. Hurst apparently experienced the battle from the perspective of a foot soldier in SCP-001's army. These memoirs were written shortly before Hurst's death in 1976. They were among the first documented documents consulted by Dr. Montauk during his investigation. Okay, we continue. The fortress was measured. The fortress was monumental, made of volcanic rock and jagged iron and built into a vast mountain. Every measurement, every angle was calculated to promote the king's ideology. The steel slats in the bars may have seemed to be jutting out in random half-sawn directions, but if you could see the whole thing, then you'd see symmetry. It was a perfect expression of cosmic order, expressed by the endless sevens. It's a tough trip to remember, but bits and pieces come back. We were slaves, I think. We had been taken from a far-off land. The nobility looked down upon us with cruel eyes, but the king didn't care. He rewarded us, and so we were the instruments of his rule. When a village required the justice of the king, we would descend upon them with blood and iron. Villagers feared us, and that felt right to me. But when the horde came with fire and burning and their cries of freedom, the villagers were still just as scared as they had been of us. That's not the fear of their master, I think, but the fear of anarchy. They didn't know which way to turn. In the end, most betrayed us. Many had their daughters taken by our master. Old rites, blood rites, arcane rituals. Arcane rites. I fucked that up, guys. I'm fucking it up. Okay. But we stood upon the battlements, loyal to the last, our hearts bursting with happiness at the rightness of it all. I'm still not sure what was going on. It was all so chaotic, so full of red smoke, but I could feel my host's bloodlust. We stood and watched and waited. The sound of rubble and explosions came from across the hill. The last battle begun. Then something strange happened. My host suddenly felt afraid. Then he and I were somewhere else. The sky was not red, but black. I was not a slave, but part of a conscripted rabble. The peasants looked up at us. They were all starving. They held out their hands, begging, pleading, praying. The wind was their master, and it screamed at them. The horde was coming, but they too were starving. And then the scene flickered back, and I was in my host again, under a scarlet sky. And the king's red voice raged. The rabble of his army was fleeing to the gates, but they would not open. Our arrows coated in flame and pitch flew back again. But the horde was undaunted. In my mind, I could see nothing but fire. The fire of the king. I drew the sword. We all drew our swords. We all charged into the fray. And then, as it were, the scene changed again. There were no battlements, only dark sky and the wind, and a more ragged and lonely sky. The peasants pleaded, and the nomads laughed, cheered, wept. The wind will rage no more, they said. The two scenes shifted in and out. A red fort bled into black field. I have ruminated on it for a long time, and I think they were the same battles, seen through different eyes, or at least memories of two different battles. The whole thing felt strange. It was not like most of my trips. It was a half-remembered cacophony, two ideas ripping at each other. There was a timeline showing what really happened in that blackened wasteland, and then there was one that was made to be true, imposed throughout time on the truth. Last thing I remember was being sliced by a nomad sword upon a frail urn being held high, of 7 brides being ripped from a castle. Or were they ripped from a field, taken as the spoils of war by some obscure tribe in some lost steppe? I remember the king screaming, writhing, thrashing as he was sealed. And then I died, and woke up back at the ritual. For a second I wondered if the others had just made up the king, and sent some image of him back to the past, but I don't think that was true. They lacked the power, and besides, it was never a total lie. It was something in that wicked wind that reminded me of some older rituals. Sorry, I'm scrolling down. Oh, so many documents. It was then that I decided to leave the children. I went that night without a word, and they didn't stop me. Probably because they figured it wasn't worth the effort. They were so certain of the success of their mission. But I wanted no part in that anymore. The things I saw were based upon the law of blood, and I can only pray that they never come to pass. Document 3. The following is a log known of all known attempts by anomalous groups to force SCP-1001's entry into the prime dimensions since the containment of SCP-231. Professional Children of the Scarlet King. Date 09. It was January 3rd of 2009. Summoning attempts were performed by the ritual smearing blood and then destruction of rubble recovered from the demolition of the Cochrane Gardens housing the project complex in St. Louis, Missouri. It is believed that the children of the Scarlet King manipulated the state officials into demolition over the course of several years, and that the splinter group continued their work as the original children went into decline. Attempt prevented by a Foundation raid. Hello, there's a cat meowing outside my door. I'm gonna take a quick break to go get some water. So sorry. Give me a second, okay? I'll be right back. Okay. It's Vico. It's me, I'm Vico. Hello. Okay. Well, I'm breaking my hands. I'm breaking my hands. I'm back. Okay. My throat. It's been dying a little bit. Okay. The Red Guards appeared to be using the blood, bones, and spinal fluid of several animals combined with the ritual chanting to create a portal to SCP-001. A large number of SCP Foundation logos carved out into the bone were placed around the ritual's site in a defensive position. These logos were carved slightly incorrectly. Attempt not detected by any GOL, but came extremely close to success. However, it appears that critical mistake was made in the ritual instead of resulted in a large explosive blast, destroying all of the assembled members of the guards. It remains unknown why the guards apparently wished to invoke Foundation protection for their ceremony. Global Occult Coalition. Unknown, but did not succeed. The GOC records pertaining to the incident are missing, with the exception of the name Operation Historical Frontier. The mission statement to exacerbate tensions of historical time in order to bring forth and destroy a significant occult threat. It is believed that several GOC operatives were killed in the attempt. Hello, Velger. Hi, it's good to see you again. I'm sorry about that. Welcome back. I might not read all of the entries. I might finish with reading SCPs here and then switch to just a little bit of just yapping. My throat is dying a little bit. Okay. Army of the New Dawn. Attempt involved in the ritual burning of several calendars adhering to the Gregorian calendar, while members of the group raised up blood-soaked calendars adhering to the Julian, Hijri, and Persian solar systems to an effigy of SCP-001. Attempt prevented by the members of the Serpent's Hand. All materials were recovered and taken to the Wanderer's Library. The Serpent's Hand. Largely unknown, details are unclear, but it's believed that it involved the highly selective destruction of particular books within the Wanderer's Library. Attempt was purposely foiled due to a schism in the group. The resulting casualties severely damaged the library. Phase 2. The Concrete. Document 4 is an interview between Dr. Robert Montauk and person of interest 3772. 3172. I don't know why I keep reading 1s to 77s. That's so stupid. I'm so stupid. Okay. Ooh. My water is leaking all over me. Okay. Okay, everybody. Okay. This is from... Oh, this is in British format. I just realized. So it wasn't January's. It was different months. I'm so sorry. Okay, this is the 14th of March, 2018. Montauk and Depeche. Site 713, room 2. Hello again, Robert. Hello, Depeche. I looked upon your laws. I'm afraid I'm none the wiser. You'll get there. What did you find? The law of blood is referenced a few times in a few places, but I couldn't find any concrete information. I worried you wouldn't. There was only one source of real use, a description of something called the Battle of Gemeleth, written by a defector from the children. Ah, Hearst. Yes, I read his memoir once. It was genuine eyewitness of the king's sealing, although rather unreliable one. How on earth? Oh, he embellished. He didn't leave straight away. I stumbled upon some early draft in his things shortly before he left. I was young back then, and I remembered how passionately he argued after his vision. Said we'd got the king all wrong. He was a demon. He wasn't a demon or a monarch, but he was a voice of the wind. When I was older, I figured it all out. Surprised how close he got to a fuller understanding. He just wasn't quite there. I should have guessed he was a liar. He's not a liar, exactly, just a little lost. And you only have my word for it. Doctor, which the Foundation has made abundantly clear it doesn't trust. There's no reason to doubt you. What else do you have to lose? You seem eager for me to learn the truth as I am. True, and on that note, I have a question, if I may. Shoot. The longer I keep you talking, the greater chance you'll slip up and tell me something you shouldn't. Do you know why the procedure 110 Montauk actually works? Sorry, Depeche. I can't talk to you about that. It's okay. I think I know the answer anyway. Tell me, did you lose someone? I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry to bring back painful memories, but I've looked up at the Foundation archives too, you know. It was necessary back in the day to check up on what your lot was doing to his daughters. I know that your brother... Stop talking. This interview is not about my private affairs. I'm sorry, Doctor. I didn't mean... Please state the meaning of this law of blood. Isn't it obvious? It's the way the Scarlet King ruled. There was order, but it was through the imposition of an iron will on the peasantry, through armies of slaves, through a nobility bred to be cruel. The realities of this world of his day... The reality of the world of his day, in the corner of the globe. Yes. SCP. What does it have to do with the SCP-001's nature? What are these other laws? I suggest you look into the second. I don't have time to play your games. Tell me now, or you will be escorted into solitary. Dr. Montauk, I'm so sorry. You must look for the law of concrete. That's all. This interview is terminated. And log. Document 5. Okay. Stretch. Okay. The following page from the 1891 report of Agent de Beauvoir on Lost Foundation Archives. So sorry. In the 1889 Snarling coup, the report was lost shortly after Beauvoir's termination in 1895, along with several other documents from the Foundation archives. This page was recovered through unknown means by Dr. Montauk. No other materials of these data losses have been found. In summary, the documents are likely lost are extremely extensive, covering a wide range of data concerning the Foundation's early history. Of particular note are several documents related to SCP-001 have gone missing. However, my investigation have provided me with a great deal of information that I believe I can say with some certainty that the historical record has stated in Scranton's comprehensive history remains broadly intact, albeit some modifications I will detail below. Scranton's work states that the Foundation was founded in 1824 by the merger of 13 worldwide organizations in a particular interest in preventing awareness of anomalous activities. The most prominent of these were the Foundation of the Secure Containment of the Unnatural, the Devani Jadui, the United Sites of the Department of Unexplained Affairs, and the Council of 5 Overseers and the Committee of Paranormal Ethics. Scranton goes on to tell us that this was done in response to a threat posed by SCP-001, that the early Foundation had an extensive role to play in that anomaly's containment. However, the documents I have before me present a rather different picture. It appears that the Foundation was not founded in response to SCP-001 at all. Indeed, I can't find any reference of the present SCP-001 prior to 1826. It appears that to have been a highly publicized attack by SCP-173 in New York, which was the initial impetus for the Foundation's formation. SCP-173 is still unresolved containment breach in 1854, and I believe the reason for the alteration of this record. Scranton's embarrassment at, and it's cut off. Thigh pillow, perchance. Document 6. The following is a table compiled by Dr. Montauk. Shows a series of votes passed by the O5 Council correlation with incidents potentially or certainly involving SCP-001. Taking another sip, shall we? This is a bunch of votes. Date of vote was... Oh, this is going to test my month knowledge. The 9th of July in 1844. Vote to officially standardize documentation across the SCP Foundation passed 13-0. Series of hymns devoted to SCP-001 heard outside Site 001. Okay. Vote to standardize the containment procedures for SCP-001 passed 12-1. This was in February 1st of 1857. All members of the O5 Council reported dreaming of an unidentified man of South Asian origin weeping. Okay. November 9th, 1895. A vote on the termination of Agent de Beauvoir passed 6-5. 2 abstentions. A large quantity of blood-stained sheets of paper with the words SCP-001 written in blood over each sheet spontaneously manifested in the bedrooms of all members of the O5 Council. The blood was later identified to belong to Agent de Beauvoir and an unknown species of poultry. October 10th, 1902. Vote on the implementation of the site system. Passed 10-2. 1 abstention. A location in North America saw sudden and unexplained wildfires. Residents reportedly seeing dragon made of fire and a horned crown appear in the night sky above the area. The wildfires were found in 2007 to have begun at the location of the future Site 19. Our regimes be off for the ASMR. I think they are off. You won't be able to hear anything. This is January 23rd. A vote for containment procedures for SCP-2317. I can still hear things though, so it jump scares me a little bit. 4-3. 6 abstentions. Several cracks appeared in the earth near containment area 17-9. Red smoke was seen pouring out of each crack for 7 minutes before the cracks abruptly closed. February 8th, 2011. Vote to unify the project purviews of SCP-001, SCP-231, and SCP-2317. Passed 10-2. 1 abstention. A series of hymns devoted to SCP-001 was heard outside Site-001, interspersed with the sound of laughter. March 31st, 2018. Vote on the object class reclassification of SCP-2317. Passed 9-4. Several interdimensional rifts open outside the containment area 17-9. These rifts alternated between opening on Universe Kappa Ericish and opening onto an unknown dimension. This unknown dimension is characterized by the presence of large quantity of red smoke and an unknown number of human voices screaming from within. Document 7. The following is an extract from the 1972 political work Manifesto for Old Order by the Children of the Scarlet King member Ariadne Cartwright. Cartwright's work is only found unpublished copies among anomalous circles and groups related to SCP-001. Fragments such as this were recovered by Dr. Montauk during the course of the investigation. The sin of modernity is vital to understand. It is not that we glorify the pre-modern. The suffering was very real and very extant. We must not fall into the trap of seeing the past as a series of beautiful Arcadias, full of dancing around maypoles and shepherds living in pleasant anarchy. The past was brutal, but it was also real. It wasn't really pre-modern, too. That is merely how historians have categorized it, have characterized it. They are wedded to their theory of modernization and can conceive of no alternate mode of development other than a singular drive towards the contemporary West, with the other modes of living seen as being stuck in some sort of earlier place on a timeline. It's all nonsense. The people of the past were capable of seeing the truth as it really was. Those of us who have joined in the King's forces can all see the truth. There is something very, very, very wrong in the world in which we live in. Our buildings are made of calcifying, peeling concrete, and as we shamble each day to jobs and lives created solely for the purpose of maintaining their own system, there's no other way to live. Socialism, anarchism, syndicalism, these are little more than constructed pipe dreams, the frail thoughts of lesser men trying to impose their antiquated prejudices onto the world around them. No, there is only one alternative way to live. To cast down the law of concrete is to raise up the law of blood. We must learn what it is to die, to be enslaved, to truly, brutally enslaved, with no compassion or compunction from our masters. We must learn what it is to be taken toward a single purpose, to know and truly understand our lack of agency. We must be beholden to a world of gods and darkness, the tempest-tossed refuse of a race of fools. We must kill modernity, postmodernity, and with all its analysis and sneering observation. There's only one rule, the rule of chaos, for humanity, for life, for the Scarlet King. Bit, 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 bit. That's what that sounded like. That sounded like a whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of me, 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 me. Shout out to drinking ASMR. Crazy, crazy. I don't like that kind of perspective on life. I think suffering should not be the goal ever for anybody, and I think people should be able to live a comfortable and happy life. The following is an interview between Dr. Robert Montauk and Person of Interest 3172. This is April 29th, 2018. Dr. Robert Montauk, Person of Interest 3172. Site 713. Interview room 2. This is the last one. This is called The Howling. Hello, Depeche. Hello, Dr. Montauk. I hope that our last meeting... I'm so sorry for my unprofessional behavior. You touched upon a sore subject. Of course. I'll try to refrain from doing so in the future. Shall we begin? This time, Doctor, I have a question for you. Indeed, I suppose it can't be worse than your last. Well, what do you know of the origins of the Scarlet King? There are many theories. A creature from the abyss, some shambling thing of old, a denizen of Alagata. They're all, I won't say lies, but the texts have changed. The knowledge has changed, and the past itself has been changed from what came after. He's changed the past? No, his past has been changed for him. But now you tell me something. There should be a give and take after all. That's not what... Why did you approve of the Montauk procedure? There's a pause for several seconds as Dr. Montauk stares at Person of Interest 3172. I'm sorry to have offended you. I thought I made it clear that this is none of your business. See, the thing I don't get is that it should have not worked. It should not have worked. Not in the way the Foundation does. This is not under discussion. What happened to Jacob, Doctor? What happened to your brother? This interview is all right. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hurt you, Doctor, truly. I just want to understand. It's just, it shouldn't have worked. The child should have been born. I was angry when I drew it up. It was unprofessional. Did you think we took Jacob? Well, what the hell was I supposed to think? I started looking into your lot, making discovery after discovery, and then he Look, this isn't real. This isn't relevant. All right. I'm sorry I asked. But can we agree that this was not a discussion made scientifically? This was done in a moment of fury, rage, and hate? I didn't mean to. But you did, Doctor. Look, I'm sorry. I don't mean to dredge on these old wounds for you. Why are you then? Because I want to understand. And now I think I do. How? I don't know where to begin. Let me go back. I don't think your department has had very much activity in the recent months. Not after the Hand's attempt to open the gates, right? Your procedure keeps the girl from giving birth. The nomads keep fighting their endless war. The spears are safely locked away by the book burners. And the Devourer, well, there's nothing really you can do about the Devourer, is there now? SCP-2317 isn't SCP-001. Wasn't SCP-001. But the thing is, you've been telling everyone he is. Technically, you're meant to think that he is. If I understand Foundation hierarchies correctly, you're only a level 4 after all? I don't understand. Across every culture, in every city and tribe and civilization, you've come across the idea of the Scarlet King. Always the same, an emperor in red with burning crown and ethos rooted in some archaic fear of female sexuality. He's always the same, a monster that is all-consuming and terrible, but so understandable. The big bad thing in the dark, full of rape and fire and old blood rituals. Does it never strike you as odd that this is the thing behind your eyes? You faced a monster far grander and more subtle, as you told me yourself, but always there's this lingering fear and knowledge of this hidden but oh so simple thing standing behind it all. You know, it strikes me as odd. I told you so much about myself. I told you as much as myself. I also stopped trying to make sense of our world a long time ago. The anomalous does not play by the rules of man, and I'm too old to start redefining the universe. But the thing you don't remember, or don't know, is that this wasn't the only past. The Scarlet King used to be something very different. He wasn't a monarch. He wasn't always red. He was a whisper on the wind that kept the peasants working, staring up in fear of his righteous famine. He was that inborn knowledge of a world of gods and demons which bellied human agency and existed beyond us. He was the cold hunger of a famine that had no right and reason, but the cold apathy of a supernatural beyond us. And given enough belief, he could be the devourer too. He's a creature of the truth. You mean he transformed from one type of deity to another? The Scarlet King is not a deity, Doctor. The Scarlet King is an idea. What? But he's physical. We've seen him. I can't tell you any more. Not yet. Did you find anything about the law of concrete? No, not much. I found out that there seems to be a disturbing correlation between the activities of the king's followers and a certain decision made by the council. I see. But there wasn't much else after at all. The trail led me to some lost documents, but eventually all I found was dead end. A document about the Foundation's origins and some insane old child ranting about modernity. Cartwright, I presume? That makes sense. You are a maddeningly infuriating person, you know that? Why can't you just tell me this stuff properly? I am your prisoner. You did destroy my life's work. Why should I help you? Because you're bored. Because you think none of this matters. And because you love tormenting me. I don't know. You know. I don't. You know. Sorry. That was wrong. I read that wrong. He says, I don't, you know. The Scarlet King is an idea? What the hell is that meant to mean? You're so close now, Doctor. Close to the truth. I can see it in you. You'll understand. And then you'll understand me. Why I did what I did. Why I was a member of the Children. I know you're curious. You seem oddly well adjusted to be a Satan worshipper. Be careful, Doctor. The law of howling may break you. As cryptic as ever, Spivak. Alright, until next time. Bye-bye, Doctor. They're like flirting all up in there. That's crazy. They're flirting. They're flirting it up. Chat, what do you do when your prisoner starts flirting with you? So you go oogie oogly boogly boo. Okay. The following is a translated excerpt from the 1953 Bengali work Lala Raja. The work has been lost for some time, rediscovered by Dr. Montauk in the course of his investigation. And so, as British rule continued, something began to come with them, piece by piece, a shadow at first, a red thing. But it was not whole. It was not even in pieces. It was something that crept up slowly, piece by piece. It met the shadows of our country, the mice bleeding in the rice fields, and it began to take form. On this mic, crazy. I like my new mic though for me being loud and noisy. So this is like the 3D one. I go ba 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 ba. Hello. It didn't have a mind, not at first. It wasn't enough of a real thing to have become one. To have one. It was a set of images. It was a blood-red slab of skin, taken from the heart of some Christian demon, which was set upon an ancient magician of Hindu rites. But then it was categorized, written down, and described with precise scientific terminology. I didn't like that. Things of magic, technology, empire that were never meant to mix all came together and began to bend the nature of the world. As Europe came to us more and more, we learned what it meant to be civilized. Our religion began to change too. Ananta Shesha was not an ancient and capricious god in the form of an immense snake. It was a moray eel of scientifically unusual size, noted for producing amnesiacs and causing cognitive hazardous effect. We learned that we're Hindu, and that we always had been Hindu, and that all our various and mixed beliefs were all various variations of us on a singular ideal, because the British weren't comfortable enough with another way of living which could not be classified, explained, killed like a butterfly pinned to a board. But beneath this lay a fury, a cry for authenticity, for a reality, even as we expressed ourselves more and more and more in their language, as they categorized, even in our struggle against them. It lay in our literature, in Tagore, and the others. It lay in our Ada, in menial job clerks, the endless struggling tension between old and new, between modernity and pre-modernity. And in those fault lines, in that cry of rage and fury, in our hatred of the old and the hatred of the new, there rose a hybrid obeying nothing but the law of the howling. There rose the Lala Raha. Because what is he but a cry for a forgotten age? He is the British peasant staring up at the red sky, the Bengali widows weeping and shaven head, the Aztec priest ripping out another's heart. He is all those things transformed, as modernity does to everything, into modernity's own destruction. He is the resistance, the fury, and the hatred of all that was for all that presently is. What we were was full of good and evil, and all else mixed together. The happiness, the beauty of the world, the struggles and the heartache of reality of it all. But now we've lost almost all of it to machine, except our rage. That's all that's left. And thus comes the king. The howl and the destroyed and the forgotten and the oppressed. His only purpose is to destroy, rape, maim, enslave, and smile. Smile, that smile of a king whose enemies weep before him. He cannot exist where there is no modernity, because his entire purpose is to give him by modernity. He's a god of blood, a god of spine and bone and sinew, to remind the denizens of this world that it is not good. It is cruel and hateful, and that is good. That is right. Modernity is a sin, and he is the correction. So we can once again live as we must, cold and hungry and starving and very, very afraid. Document 10. The following note was found in Dr. Montauk's personal quarters. It's believed to have been written shortly after Dr. Montauk's discovery of the Lala Raha. Okay, I'm going to read this has a lot of stuff like written out, and I'll try and like explain what parts are written out. Okay. SCP-001 is a conceptual deity created by at the boundaries of the modern and the pre-modern. Crossed out. The Scarlet King is a thing of blood and bone and sinew. His rule is just, the justice of the dark. That is finished at crossed out. SCP-001 is crossed out creature, crossed out emperor. It is a physical being made manifest in a conceptual crossed out. He comes with a fear and a sword dripping in wrath and fire. End of crossing out. SCP-001 originated in ancient Turkmenistan. It is believed that it was originally a Scythian deity who crossed out. They rode with thunder in their hooves and the bow on their backs, laughing as they slaught. End of crossing out. SCP-001 is a scientific phenomenon. It will be classified. It will be crossed out, contained. End of cross out. Described. It'll be understood as an anomalous entity, as with every other, and crossed out. But he exists in the cracks, the fault lines. He feeds on the description, he feeds on the science, on the objective principles and qualities. 7 chains, 7 brides, 7 seals for the Scarlet. End of cross out. I am Robert Montauk, Level 4 Researcher, Project Lead on SCP-001. I am a researcher. I impose my solid mechanical will. I am in control. I possess agency. I possess agency. Crossed out. I'm a quivering thing, looking up at a dark, clouded sky, fearing the Almighty God. I am free. I'm chained. I am a doctor. I am a child. And that's the end of the crossout. Document 11. On May 22nd, 2018, a large crack appeared in the wall of Person of Interest 3172's containment chambers. The crack appeared to open on another dimension. A large quantity of red smoke could be seen pouring out of it, while unknown number of human voices could be heard screaming from it. The Foundation staff found themselves unable to enter Person of Interest 3172's containment chamber. Person of Interest 3172 informed them that he would only permit Dr. Montauk entry into his chamber and would communicate with nobody else. After some debate, Dr. Montauk was permitted entry into the containment chamber to interview Person of Interest 3172. A log can be found below. This humanoid containment chamber 77. Begin log. Dr. Montauk enters the chamber and approaches Person of Interest 3172. Person of Interest 3172 is standing in front of a jagged crack in the far wall. Red light and smoke can be seen emerging from this crack. Hello there, Depeche. Hello, Doctor. Always formal, even to the last, aren't you? Can I ask you what this is? Plea for attention, mostly. I wanted to see you again, and my requests were all denied. It's been weeks, Doctor. I had nothing to ask you. I thought so. You've deduced the truth, haven't you? Maybe. Yes. The crack shrinks slightly. It did that just... It grows and shrinks depending on the situation. Different actions have different meanings, and thus different effects. It all depends on the context. The other children never got that, but, well, they never got anything really. They thought we were all devil worshippers, heeding for violation. Only I understood the point. It took me a while to understand. I didn't think you would. Just tell me, did the procedure even matter? What we do? Is it even relevant? To prevent the birth, it had to be something awful, something evil expressed in pain and rage and fury. That's why it worked. It was never a sincere attempt to formulate a scientific procedure on your part. It was a pure, unadulterated hatred wrapped in veneer of objectivity. Hello. You thought the king had taken your brother, so you decided to hurt the king. You didn't, of course. And what you did do, and what you do each day to that poor girl is little more than mere cruelty. But effective cruelty. The specifics are unimportant, but the intent, that matters for everything. I should stop it. I didn't. And then what? The Foundation won't get it. They will never understand the law of the howling. If I explain, they can't imagine it. It's beyond their conception of reality. But you might, so tell me, Doctor. But you might, so tell me, Doctor. Do you know why the Scarlet King exists? Because modernity and No, because the SCP Foundation exists. Modernity helped shape him, defined the contours of his rage, but it was what modernity started interfering in his kingdom that he was crystallized. Oh my god, I'm freaking up so bad. Hello, by the way. Thank you everybody who's coming in. I'm very grateful. Sorry, I'm not the best at reading out loud. I always struggled with it. Okay. Modernity helped shape him, defined the contours of his rage, but it was when modernity started interfering in his kingdom that he was crystallized. Modernity in the form of you. Your lot came first. You came into being to lock away, classify, and pin down everything that didn't fit into your philosophy of enlightenment rationality. Everything had to be understood, contextualized, transformed from fairy to god and godhood into simple, comprehensible chunks of logic and matter. It's abhorrent. Abhorrent. And it could never go on further. Something had to give. Something had to rise up in opposition. We were first? Truthfully, I know that Beauvoir had... Was this whole thing really our fault? That depends. Is it your fault if you don't know what you're doing? I don't know. Neither do I. The ceremonies, they all had that contrast. The king cannot exist without that tension. We needed those symbols of modernity, those stark gray images to make the rift in the first place. It was a perfect plan. But you failed. Yes. There's a pause for several seconds. Dr. Montauk starts speaking. The Foundation was formed in 1820s. It was formed to protect the world from the dark by a collection of brave men and women. To secure, contain, protect, that's our purpose. There is virtue and normalcy, which I don't think you can see. The world can be understood. Truth, reason, and rationality. The enlightenment. These are our bedrock. These are what we have allowed us to see what is objective. Do you really believe that? I have to. But you're a scientist. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. You're a scientist. You should know that there's no such thing as an objectively true finding in science. There's always room for doubt. Always space for error. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's really loud in my ears. I have all the alerts paused. But that's just humanity. We may have flawed minds incapable of full interpretation, but what we observe is solid and real. Beneath it all, the laws, the bedrock. The bedrock is defined by the number 7. 7 chains, 7 brides, 7 seals, 777. My whole life has been defined by that number. It tortures me. Endless heptagonal shapes dancing behind my eyes. We're not allowed to live. We're not allowed to be people. That is the luxury of modernity, despite its coldness and its creaking wounds, to be able to be a full person. 777. 7 girls taken away by raiders in the cold. As the wind, a demon howled and howled. So the Scarlet King had to have 7 brides. Modernity is not always cold. It's less brutal than slavery. But what is it for? Is that the only purpose? A mere absence of brutality? What's the point of having peace and kindness for its own sake, so you can smile for a few decades before falling dead into an empty grave? Self-affirmation for a finite self? I don't understand it. I never did. I grew up trying. I wanted to be like them, like you. But the system just stared down on me with contempt. Maybe it's not coldness, Doctor. Coldness seems too objective. Can't be that, because there's no objectivity. There's just the screaming and the madness and the need for purpose. Did you think that nothing is true? Did you think that nothing is... Oh, sorry. Dr. Montauk asks, did you think that nothing is true? Person of Interest 3172 says, there's nothing. There's truth, but it's never final. There's no ultimate reality, Doctor. No totality. No concrete way in which the world is run. That's just what we make of it. Clay things we bind together and crudely make in clay. All this retrospection, the crack in the wall grows larger. The sound of screaming can be heard. Who's in there with him? Person of Interest 3172 answers. Who knows? His 7 brides, his loyal nomads, ancient servants, more creations of the gap between realities. I don't know anymore. It all breaks down in the end. All I see anymore is the fire. I don't see world or god or kings. I don't see anything of the flames. What else is there? This stuff? Matter and the physical, all banal and fake. I only see the smile of my king, forged out of burning and frail material. And it's a sight that hurts. It hurts so much behind the eyes. It is burning and being consumed, and it's never finished. Then why not stop worshipping him? I was a frail thing. I was born in the cold and the dark. I tried my hand in writing when I was very young. I tried my hand in many things, bartering, starving, surviving in the marketplace of Calcutta. Like so many of us, struggling to live while you Westerners grew fatter on our forgotten wealth, I grew mad. There was no meaning, no purpose in a country born to be ripped apart. I tried the gods, but they were silent. I tried to reason and atheism, but they were empty and unreal. Because they were always going to be. Because, don't say it. You don't have to hear it. I don't want to. I don't want... No. Listen, Robert, just listen. You know what the Scarlet King is. He's a creation of swirling anomalies of so many different times all over the world. He is the memory of a world that is lost, the pre-modern world made manifest in a form of hatred for modernity, the humanism and smiling coldness that marks our today tasks existence. Forged in a perfect balance of irreconcilable anomalies and our breaking minds. He's an entity created by this overwhelming, unavoidable tension of the howl of the old world when faced with a cold, gray, purposeless new. He is the revenge of our fallen past. He is the idea of the ancient world which discards and fetishizes it. He is the tension between the modern and the pre-modern manifestation, made manifest. Yes, he is the fault line between two irreconcilable worlds. Oh my god, stop using that word. I don't know what that is. And he can only, in the end, destroy them all. And that what is right. There's another pause for a few seconds. What do we do now? You shoot me. Let them take my corpse. Go back to your life. It won't last long now. The king's coming is inevitable. You might try to do something to stop it, but it won't work. The Foundation has too much at stake, too much resting on the preservation of their ethos. They will coat the world in concrete gray, and the king will rise from the ashes. And the children won't even have to lift a finger. I don't believe you. Believe what you like. Come, Doctor. I think it's time. Dr. Montauk takes out his firearm and points it at person of interest 3172. Just look and just tell me one more thing. Was it you who took Jacob? No. We had no idea who he... Dr. Montauk terminates person of interest 3172. The crack disappears. Okay. Following is a record of 05 council vote 4985. The council vote 4985. Vote to approve suggestions made by Dr. Robert Montauk on the Foundation operating procedures for improved containment of SCP-001. Proposed by 0513 on the 30th of May in 2018. So this is 8 days later. 4, 2, 6, 7, 10, and 13. Against 1, 3, 8, 9, 11, 12. And 2 absentees, 4 and 5. Vote denied. Statement by 051. Okay. Dr. Montauk's investigations have been most illuminating. They've certainly raised serious concerns about how the Foundation has been operating in recent years. But we feel that his suggestions go too far. The ethos of the Foundation is comprehension. Postmodern notions of fallibility, of objective universal truths are all very well in academic circles, and the Foundation has always been first and foremost concerned with practicalities, basing its analyses on hard sciences and unquestionable truths. Changing our intentions and modus operandi is frankly an absurd proposition. Our duty is, and always has been, to die in the dark to protect those in the light. If If we begin to abandon or redefine the notion of what the dark and light are, we risk a sharp descent into tyranny, incoherence, and the loss of our mission entirely. This must not happen. We cannot engage in cavalier redefinitions of what the Foundation's very essence is. We thank Dr. Montauk for his work, and we will be accordingly updating SCP-001's classification to safe as a result of it. Containing SCP-001 is no longer as difficult as it once was, despite its potential danger. If Montauk's information is correct, then it seems clear to us that that the Foundation should simply take more laissez-faire attitude towards SCP-001's containment. We look forward to a more protective containment relationship with our oldest anomaly going forward. Cool. And then, file not found. Last one. Ow! My leg is falling asleep. I'm so sorry. Okay. I watched. Hidden in their bulldozers came. Prime land wasted on trees. They said they ripped them up, sliced their roots, took them away to be made into tables, chairs, and other monotonies. Then, over weeks, months, they flattened it. They poured concrete onto the rest. It was scrapped and shaped, cut into neat little squares, arranged precisely and in orderly fashion. Walls rose up, great walls of concrete. Windows and their measurements precisely regulated. A series of standardized bricks and other parts construction crews and workmen, all the rest, working efficiently and precisely for a long time, filling the details, the furnishings, the precise abstract wallpapers, and everything that went into making a facility. Finally, it was finished. One single new tree had been planted in the center of the central courtyard. Not through any sense of whimsy or delight, but to give those within a little sense of nature, of reality in the center of the gray, to keep them sane, nothing more. A precisely mandated allowance for the improvement of human mental health, until they can find a way to phase that out entirely. I watched and I thought about all that we had done. I thought about the world they wanted. I thought about their spinelessness. I knew what was good and what evil was, and I saw none of it in either of them. I thought about the hollow men made of straw, plastered together with thick paste and sold in 100,000 identical ways to 1,000 identical shops. I thought about what we had lost, and I howled. At night, the day before the site's grand opening, I dug up the seeds of the tree and replaced them with a seed of my own devising. Over at Site 231's will stand a thing of blood and bone and sinew, a tree that drips and leers and feeds. It will drip in a strange fire, and that fire will both burn and warm in equal measure. They will look up at it, and they wish they had listened while they had the chance. I know this path is wrong, but at least it's a path. With thoughts and prayers, Robert Montauk, child of the Scarlet King. Wow! We finished it. We read all of it. We read all of that. Wow! 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 Yatta! 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 We did it. We finished this guy. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Okay, guys. Yatta! Yatta! I survived. I survived reading a long ass fucking thing. It's really cool. Let's go teleport somewhere else and not have me be looking around all scarily. Hold on, I got this, guys. I got this. Okay. Okay, that works. Okay. Now it's just time to hang out and chat, okay? Okay? We're gonna just talk. Chat with me. Sleepy chat. Okay. Yatta, yatta. Okay, let's go transport environments. It was very fun. I had a lot of fun. We're gonna go to Edge World. Edgeland. Edges. Edges. Oh, oh, oh. Scary. Okay, let me do this. Red. And then I do like this. And then I go flop. I'm so in the dark. Huh? It's scary. Chat, I'm scared. I'm in the dark. Help. I'm so in the dark. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got this. I didn't think I'd like this world as much as I did, but it's really nice, isn't it? It's kind of funky. Maybe I'll do it like this. Yeah. Oh wait, can I? Can I rotate myself, please? Can I rotate myself? Can I rotate myself? Can I make myself be sideways so I don't have to be too, well, I guess not. Hello? Can I get some, can I be lit up? I just don't exist, guys. I'm sorry. It's not true. It's real. Alright, well. Hi guys, what's up? It's me. It's Bibo. Hello. Hello, how was it? How was reading with me? Did I do a good job? Are you proud of me? I hope you are proud of me. Whoa. 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 Yatta. 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 Yeah, I think this one works. Yeah. Bow, 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 bow. Beep, boom, bow, boom. Bow. Whoa. I can light myself up like it's dynamite. Beep, boop, bow, boop, beep. Beep, boop, bow, boop, boop. Beep, boop, bow, boop, bow. Boop, boop, beep, boop, bow, boop, bow, boop, bow, bow. Yay! I'm real. You did a very good job. It's cozy world. Scary. It's fun to do those like a funky conversation. So, okay. So, I'm trying to think of what to do. I guess I could do a little bit of this. I'm turning you to the side. I'm mostly in one ear now. Oh god, we're getting rearranged. Let me go like here. I feel like I'm not ominous enough. I'm not ominous enough, dude. I'm not ominous. I'm not ominousing it up. I need to be ominousing more. Do. Yeah. Like this. Although maybe a little bit more like this. Oh, two. Oh, I look strange. Okay. So, gulps. I gulp in your ear. What do you do? Do you start screaming and bashing your head against a wall? Or do you go, okay, that was kind of epic. Sorry. I don't know why it puts my hand all the way up there. I'm rubbing chapstick because my lips are getting chapped. I kept biting them. I'm sorry about stuttering so much. I'm not the best. Gulp. Boop. Hello. Can I have my ha ha ha? Oh, oh. Ah. It's not working. Hold on. Yes. Calibrate hand tracking. Woza. One. Ha ha ha. One. Ha ha ha. One. Whoa. Okay. Well, not exactly what I wanted, but okay. Is this working? I got this. I um Hold on. That's me with my microphone. My microphone. Hand. One. This way. This. I'm a failure. I can't even ASMR correctly, dude. I can't even ASMR correctly. One. Okay, I turned the mic now, and I'm on this side. What the freak? I'm on this. Ha! Thank you so much for the follow, Mango. Welcome. I'm on this side now. What do I do? I hello, boop. Hello. You know, I think it's not fair that I get the loud ass notification in my ear, but you guys don't. You're so loud every time. I bet you can probably hear it a little bit through my headphones. The like giant fucking nuclear bomb of dicks in my ear just exploding every single time somebody follows. Dicks! Ow! Save me! Save me, please! My ears, they're exploding. Dicks! But I was watching this, and there's a person who is doing heartbeat, and I don't okay, listen, guys, I like heartbeat ASMR. I like listening to people's heartbeats. It's very nice. I'm gonna lift my microphone so it's gonna make a kind of weird noise because the cables are bothering me. But the person, I realized they were holding the Yeti microphone, which I have. It's just that it's not the best. It's kind of bad and it dies a lot because of the fact that the cable is really sensitive, and when I'm gaming normally it gets irritated a lot, so I try not to touch it too much, which is an inconvenience. But this person, when they were doing it, they I'm glad that you guys like hearing me talk. I appreciate it. They were using like a handheld version of this mic. Like they took it off the what's it called? This, and they were just laying in bed and recording. And I'm assuming they were recording on like their laptop or something, but they would just hold it to their heart. And I don't know how well that'll work, but I wonder if I could try it. Do you think it might work? Oh, sorry. I don't mean to blow in your ear. Do you think if I did it, I can try? I'm nervous though. I don't want to make a really loud noise. Hold on. Let me mute myself as I get a little bit less fucky wucky with my thingy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Here, let's do it like this. Give me a second. Try our best. I'll try my best. I don't think you'll be able to hear it, unfortunately. I don't know what part. It's on the left side, right? Yeah, no, I don't think you'll be able to hear it. I'm sorry. Okay, I tried. Well, definitely not. But I'm so sorry. Bald only works on my 2D model. I think we forgot to turn off my 2D model notification. I'm so sorry. I can't be bald. It only works on my live 2D model. I'm sorry. Yeah, it didn't work. It's okay. I'm disappointed. Here, I was so excited. How do people record their heartbeats? I know you can do it with the 3DO mic, but Maybe. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm sorry. I think Avery is busy right now. I could. Let me try and be a good moderator for myself. I'm my own moderator, guys. I'm the god of moderating myself. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up me! Shut up me! Shut up me! Yatta. Discord, creator dashboard, stream. I need to go into creator dashboard, and then I need to go into. Wait, no. I think I can mod view myself, can't I? Sorry, you're gonna have to listen to me type a little bit badly. Post. Oh, oh, oh. I'm trying not to make too much noise. I'm so sorry. Mod view. Mod view. Damn it, it didn't work. Okay, I'm a failure. I'm gonna go explode now. I'm gonna go fucking nuke myself. Sorry. Stream manager? I got it. Um, 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 manage requests. I did it. I did it. Hold on. I need to go find yours and reject. There you go. You should have all of your points now. I'm so sorry. Ta-da! I did it. You have a 3D mic in your throne, right? Yeah, but it's expensive as shit, dude. That shit is expensive. Speaking of throne. Thank you, kind sir. No problem, number one loser. I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay, so speaking of number one, I got you. I got you. I got you. Speaking of throne, you guys want to know something fucked up? Discovery made, but for some fucking reason, I don't know how to fix it. Okay, so throne uses stripe when people. I got you. I got you. Throne uses stripe when you do like little like monetary goals, right? When you do monetary goals, Throne uses stripe. It goes through stripe, right? But it doesn't go through like an automatic system where it'll send the money. It'll go through like a monthly like thing system. And I was just like, damn. It says that the money is approved, but I don't see it in my account to buy the slime trackers. But 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 it's there. I went on the Stripe account and it's inside of Stripe, but it won't go to my bank, and I don't know why. I don't know why, and I just don't understand. And I'm freaking frustrated. So I haven't been able to order the Stripe trackers, but I will as soon as I get it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being such a huge inconvenience to everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You guys are so nice to me. I as soon as I figure it out, I haven't been able to figure it out. I've been looking it up. I don't know why. Maybe something's with my bank. I might have to go in person and try and figure it out. But I'm so sorry. It's not. You're not an inconvenience. I just feel bad, especially because people were so nice. That was a big fat amount of money to donate for whatever reason. It's just evil. It's just evil. I'm really grateful. Thank you, everybody who hangs out with me. Hehehe. I hope you're doing alright. It's quite late, isn't it? Wow. I just looked at the time. This is late. I want to play more Nikkei. Probably next week. I've been really enjoying playing Nikkei a lot. It's been kind of a tried my best to stay up. You should sleep. Call Stripe and tell them about it. I'll try and figure it out. I really want to get that freaking slime tracker thing. I've just been too nervous. Do you know when something like when you have to do something and your like parents keep asking you about it and you're like, I haven't been able to do it. So you just want to be like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I already did it, because you don't want them to worry and you don't want them to feel bad. God, if here we go, don't worry, I'm not gonna be up for much longer. I'm gonna go check to see what the Grime's up to, and I'm probably gonna raid that guy because I'm feeling snoozy anyway. Or should I? I'm pretty sure that it shouldn't be too loud. It's late. This guy is gonna be sleepy. But you'll have a lot of fun. We're gonna be able tomorrow. I'm gonna go to sleep right now. Yeah. You know what? We can do that. We can go to sleep. So, thank you everybody for coming. I had a lot of fun. I always like hanging out with you guys, and I'll make sure to do something really fun. Maybe tomorrow, depending on how busy I am, but probably not. So, good night, everybody. Sleep tight, and I'll make sure to upload this on YouTube. So, if you want to check out the VOD channel, you're welcome to. Also, again, thank you so much, so much for 1,000 views on the newest YouTube video. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, and I hope you have a really good night. Bye bye. VOD channel, VOD channel, and maybe we'll do more ASMR streams in the future. Just not a lot right now. It's kind of I like doing them when everybody's asleep in the house, so it's not noisy. Do you know what I mean? Because usually when I normally stream, people are still up and about doing stuff for like 2 or 3 hours, which is why I wanted to play Nikkei ahead of time. Just because I was nervous, but also because of the fact that mm, it was just I didn't want to be I didn't want you guys to hear too much thumping, which I know you guys heard. And I mean, you heard my stupid fucking chair rubbing against the table, but whatever, it's fine. Let's go send ourselves over to Grimmeable. Warning to all the ASMR people who might be listening right now. Grimmy is might be noisy, a little bit noisy, just a teeny tiny bit. But they're doing a subathon, so please be nice to them. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.